Good morning, friends, and welcome to GI Yoga. Today is another beautiful rainy day in the Midwest. Today, we're going to look at the sacrum. So, if you haven't heard that word before, basically it is where the spine comes in to meet the pelvis. So, here's your pelvis, here's your spine coming down, and that joint, the sacroiliac joint, is right about there. So we're going to work with that today. And sometimes in a yoga class, you might hear, well, let's open that up. And we're not going to do that per se, because what we want to do is we want to keep it stable. If we're opening stuff up, sometimes that can lead to issues. So let's work on stability. And then two other words that I want you to think about are lengthening and ease. So when we're in a pose, it should feel not easy, but that we're in ease. All right, so let's get started. So if you want to find a comfortable position on the floor, we're going to come down onto the back. So coming all the way down. And we're going to bend the knees and have the feet in the mat. So let's take a moment here to check in with the body. And if you need to wiggle around a little bit, find the center of the spine flat on the floor. And I'm going to recommend to start here to just have the palms open. So in our everyday world, we tend to internally rotate the shoulders. So just for this little bit while we're on the floor, let's open those shoulders up a little bit with the palms facing up. So let's take a moment to check in with the body. Notice what you're feeling. And then let's come into some breath here. So we're going to take one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And we're going to do a circle breath here. So we're going to inhale into the nostrils, mouth is closed for the whole breath. Inhale into the nostrils, going to the back of the head and then down the back body. That's our inhale breath. On the exhale, we're going to come up the front of the body. Inhale down, exhale. Just nice and long and smooth. And maybe one or two more like that. Beautiful. Release your hands back down to the floor. And this time, let's bring the palms facing the floor. And we're going to start by moving just the wrist. So on an inhale, we're going to lift the thumb up towards the ceiling, rolling over so the back of the hand comes to the floor. And then on the exhale, we're going to reverse that and bring the palm back down to the floor. So inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And one more. Inhale, open. And exhale, closed. Beautiful. Let's move the arms here before we come down into the lower body. So we're going to inhale and lift the arms up overhead, maybe coming to the floor above you. If your shoulders don't want to comply, just go as far as comfortable. On the exhale, we're going to bring the arms back down to the floor. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, bring the arms back down by your sides. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Beautiful. Let's take a pause here for a moment. And then we're going to come into our first pose here. So we're going to come into our Apanasana first. So you've got two options with the hands and the knees. So one option here, so we're going to bend the knees, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Hands are on the knees. We're going to exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. The other option with the hands is to bring them to the front of the thighs, down at that joint. Exhale, hands slide up towards the knees. Inhale, hands slide. When you're doing the hands on the front of the thighs, we're making the legs do the work here, or the hips, instead of pulling in with the upper body. So you can pick whichever one you like to do. If this is a little bit uncomfortable, maybe bring the knees out a little wider. And let's finish with one or two more. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the hands to the top of the knees. Or, well, if you were seated, they would be the top of the knees. So kind of where the knee meets the thigh. And what we're going to do is we're going to push the knees into the hands for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and then release. Take a breath. And then let's do that again. Push the knees into the hands. 1, 2, 3, and release. Take a breath. And then let's do that one more time. Push the knees into the hands. 1, 2, 3, and then release. Take a breath. Excellent. And then we've got one more here. So we're going to take the left knee, left hand on that left knee, and that's going to stay there. On an inhale, we're going to open this right arm up overhead, and that right leg comes down to the floor. Exhale. Bring that knee and hand back together. On an inhale, go to the other side. Left arm comes up, left leg goes down. On the exhale, bring the hand and knee back together. Inhale, right side, opening. Exhale, close. If you want to make this a little bit more of a strengthener, you inhale and open. Don't bring that left leg all the way to the floor. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, first side. Exhale, close. And again, left side. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Go ahead and do one more on each side. Moving with the breath. Beautiful. And then maybe 1 or 2 or 3 apanasanas. When you're ready, we're going to bring the feet down to the mat. And one quick little thing here before we come up to our hands and knees. So we're going to bring the feet into the mat. Knees can be about hip width distance apart. And we're going to rock that pelvic bowl. So on an inhale, we're going to push in with the feet and just let the pelvis tilt whichever way it feels comfortable. Release. And then if you can, go a little bit further in that direction. Inhale, push in with the feet. Exhale, release. And just let it roll as far as is comfortable. Exhale, push in with the feet. Excellent. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll over onto one side or the other, and then use that upper hand to push up to a comfortable seated position. All right, so now we're going to come up to our hands and knees. If you have any issues with the wrists, you can roll your mat up and put your hands on the mat. If you have knee issues, you can bring the blanket under the knees. All right, so let's start with our 6 directions of the spine on our hands and knees here. So a nice comfortable stance with the hands, fingers are open, tops of the feet are flat on the floor if possible. And let's start with our cat. We're going to start with an exhale. Tuck the chin, shoulder blades go up towards the ceiling. Inhale, we're going to reverse that curve, looking towards the horizon. Leading with the collarbones here. Exhale, cat. Inhale, round, looking up, cow. So let's come back to that sense of stability and ease. We want to feel that our spine is stable and that we can move with ease. So 1 or 2 more. Beautiful. And then come back to your neutral spine. So we're going to come into a lateral from here. Left hand stays where it is. Right hand comes over near, next to, in front of, past, whatever is working for you today. And then we're going to turn and look at that left foot. And breathe into that right side body. Beautiful. And then let's walk back, bringing the left hand over towards the right. Turning and looking at that right foot. Let's breathe into that left side body. Beautiful. Bring that left hand back. Let's come back to that cat and cow. So we want to feel that stability and ease again in the spine. Exhale. And actually anywhere in the body. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow, cat, sorry. Inhale, cat. And one more time. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Back to center. And then let's finish with, we'll just do a low gate pose today. Because we're working on stability, we'll bring our attention to that strong leg. So let's start with this right leg out to the side. Left hand stays in the mat. On the inhale, bring this right arm up. So our stability is in the legs here and in that one arm. And then let's bring that arm down. Tuck that right knee under, send that left foot out. Inhale, bring this left arm up. Excellent. Left hand comes down, tuck that left knee under, and let's come, we'll do, we're going to add on to our cat and cow here. So we're going to come into child's pose at the end of it. So let's start with our cat pose. We're going to exhale cat, inhale cow, exhale back to cat and down to child's pose. Inhale, back to cow. Exhale, cat all the way down to child's pose, or puppy if child's pose is not accessible to you. Inhale, coming back up to cow. And one more. Exhale, cat, and down to child's pose. Let's take a pause here in our child's pose or puppy pose. If you want, you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. If you want, you can bring your forehead down to the mat. Arms can come forward or arms can come back. This is a pose that has a lot of options. And then if you're in puppy pose, the hips are up and the head is down. That might be more comfortable. But this is where we come back to the breath, to that ease. All right, when you're ready, we're going to come back up to hands and knees. And we're going to come into a movement with that, and we're going to add our downward facing dog. So we'll start with an inhale. Well, we'll start with an exhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And this time we're going to go exhale, cat, curl the toes, and come up to downward facing dog. Inhale, come down to the knees, and then cow. Exhale, cat, and then and then downward facing dog. And then back down to the knees. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. And one more time, down to the knees. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come back down to the knees. And we're going to add on a little fun. Okay, so we're going to do that same curl the toes that we do with our downward facing dog. But we're just going to inhale and lift the knees off the floor. And then exhale, bring them back down. The next time, come up and take a full breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale down. Release the toes. I'm in the mat. Be a little much on the toes. And then let's do that one more time. We'll do 2 breaths. So curl the toes. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, bring the knees down, uncurl the toes. And we're going to, let's come into a quick child's pose, and then we'll come down to the belly. If you skip the child's pose and just come down to alligator pose, you can do that. We're using this time to come back to that easeful breath. Excellent. When you're ready, let's come down to our belly. And we're going to come into baby cobra here. So when you see pictures of people doing cobra and they have their arms fully extended, we're not doing that kind of cobra. So we're doing more of, actually, let's see, give it a little bit in. Is that better? No, not really. Okay. All right. We're just going to go from here. So I just have to listen. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 3 different versions with the feet. So the first one is the feet are together. The second, hip width, distance apart. And the third one is as wide as your mat. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our cobra pose, and we're going to do it with just using the torso. We're not pushing in with the arms to lift up. We're using the muscles of the torso to lift us up. Let's see. Okay. So my hands are under my shoulders, elbows tucked in by the wrists. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the chin tucked as we come up until we get to our height, and then you can look forward. Okay, and you don't have to go any further than just lifting your head. So feet together, chin tucked. The forehead can be almost on the floor or resting on the floor. Hands under the shoulders. On the inhale, we're going to lift up, keeping the chin tucked, going just as far as is comfortable. And then when you get all the way up, we're going to look forward. And then on the exhale, chin comes down, and then release the torso. Excellent. All right, feet come hip width distance apart. Same movement with the head and neck and shoulders. Here we go. Inhale, coming up, keeping the chin tucked. When you get to your height, turning and looking forward. On your exhale, tuck the chin back down and release the body back to the floor. One more time. Feet come out as wide as your mat. We're going to inhale, lift. Coming up just as high as you can. And then the head comes and looks forward. On the exhale, tuck the chin. And then release the body back down. Let's come to alligator pose. And just take a moment and notice, how does that feel in the lower back, in the sacrum? All right, when you're ready, we're going to come back up to our child's pose. So we're going to come on to the knees. And then the hips come back towards the heels. And we're going to come up to a kneeling pose. So if your arms are back behind you, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So we're going to inhale, come up on the knees. Arms come all the way up. And then down to the side. And then we're going to do a twist here. So we'll start by exhaling to the right. Inhale, center, and then we're going to exhale back down to the floor. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms come up. Exhale, arms down into a T. Inhale again. Exhale, twisting towards the left. Inhale, you can bring the arms back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Okay, I think I have it now. My drawings look a little funny, that's all. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Let's do one more time each side. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up. Last time. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. All right. Let's take a pause in your child's pose. Come back to that breath. That's ease. Finding that stability in the body. Feeling the stability of the earth. When you're ready, we're going to make our way up to hands and knees, and then downward facing dog. Bend one knee, extend the opposite heel. And then when you're ready, straighten the legs. You can keep a bend in them always. And then looking up at the hands, walk the feet up, or look up at the feet and walk the hands to the feet. So let's bring the feet maybe hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit more. Coming into that forward fold. Let the head be heavy. You can shake it, yes and no. And then when you're ready to come up, we're going to bend the knees nice and deep. Arms come out to the side. On the inhale, bringing the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. All right, so let's come in and find our mountain pose. And then we're going to do a high lunge up and down with that. Okay, so mountain pose. Big toes touching up to hip width distance apart, or if your balance is better with your feet even wider, that's where they need to be. So there's no right or wrong answer for that, whatever works for you. And it changes, it may not be the same every day, and that's okay. All right, so what do we want to do here? We want to find a couple of points of reference. So let's start by lifting the toes up off the floor and feeling, some people like 3 corners, some people like 4 corners, doesn't matter. Just the outside edges of the foot. And then set the toes back down and feel how important your toes are for your balance. So a little softening in the knees. That pelvic tilt is neutral, so we're not tilting back, we're not tilting forward. Nice and neutral. And then let's do the back heart alignment. So I'm drawing on the front here, so we're going to soften the shoulders away from the center so they come out and down. And then the shoulder blades are turning so that the bottom points come towards each other. Beautiful. And then that point comes in towards the heart. And that opens up the front of the rib cage. It's beautiful. Everything's connected, right? All right, so your hands can face each other or face forward. I kind of like to do that for that external rotation in the shoulders. If we sit a lot or are on our computers, we kind of round in a little bit. So by turning the palms forward, we get a little bit of an opening. Very nice. All right, so then let's find that hyoid bone, which you probably can't feel, but it helps us swallow if that's any help at all. Sorry. So it's underneath the jawline, back in the front of the throat. So it's a horseshoe shape and it goes back. So we're imagining that we're drawing it back towards the back of the head and then up towards the sky. And just that little bit of readjusting gives us this beautiful, tall, strong mountain pose. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll release that. So now we're going to come into some movement with a lunge. So there's a couple of different ways to do this. I think what we're going to do today is, I don't know what kind of props you have at home. I have blocks and a chair. So let me show you with 3 different options, and then you can pick what works best for you and gives you a chance to grab stuff if you need it. So I'm going to start with the chair for this lunge. Okay, so what we're doing is kind of when we did that opening with the arm and the leg out, we're kind of doing the opposite of that by bringing this knee up and down. So we're working similar opening, but we've got this other leg closed. Actually, it's not that different. Anyway, all right. So let's start. We're going to step the right foot so it's as close to the chair as we can. And I'm going to bring my hands to the chair. And you can do this on the floor if you don't have a chair handy. I'm going to step this left foot all the way back. Take an inhale. On the exhale, I'm going to bring that knee down towards the floor, but I'm not going all the way down. On the inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up, and one more time. Exhale down. Inhale up, and then I'm going to step that foot back so I can step that foot forward. And then coming up. All right, now I'm going to do the other side. My hands are on the chair. Left foot comes up by the chair. Right foot goes all the way back. All right, this might be a little easier to see on this side. All right, take an inhale. On the exhale, bring that knee down towards the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. Knee comes down. Inhale, coming up. And let's go one more time. Exhale. And inhale. Beautiful. All right, step that left foot back and bring that right foot up. Okay, so that's the version with the chair. I'm going to show you with the blocks. So it's going to be slightly different because I'm lower down to the floor. All right, so let's start with the right leg again. I'm going to bring this right leg up front. Curl the toes of, actually I'm doing it the opposite. That's okay. All right, so I'm curling the toes of my left foot. Right foot is up front. On an inhale, I'm going to lift that knee up. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the knee down towards the floor. Not going all the way down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, down. Inhale, coming up. And one more time. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, comes back up. And then we'll step that back foot forward. And then you can come down to your knees and then we'll switch. All right, so left foot comes up by the blocks, curling the toes of that right foot. Let's inhale and bring that hip up. Beautiful. And then exhale, bring that right knee down towards the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, knee comes down. Inhale, coming back up. And one last time. Exhale, knee comes down. Inhale, back up. All right, step the feet back together. And then let's come and we're going to do it. We're going to do it with a high lunge. So you can pick one of those two if you like that better. Otherwise, I'm going to come in and do this with a high lunge. All right, so coming closer up to the front of the mat. And let's start with stepping the left foot back. So left foot comes back. And you can have your hands on, let's see. I'm going to inhale the arms up, okay. And then on the exhale, arms are going to come down and I'm going to bring that knee towards the floor. Inhale, arms come up, straighten the leg. Exhale, knees come down, arms come down. Inhale, come back up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, knee comes down, arms come down. And then we'll inhale, bring it back up. Release the arms and step the feet together. Excellent. All right, let's do the other side. So we'll step the right foot back, bending that front knee. And inhale, the arms are up. Exhale, bend the knee, hands come down. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, knee comes down, arms come down. Inhale, bring it back up. And one more time. Exhale, bring the knee down, arms come down. Inhale, arms come up, straighten that leg. Exhale, arms come down, and step the feet back together. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, let's come into a half sun salutation. So your feet can be toes touching, heels a couple inches apart, hip width or wider. Just feeling those feet grounded and rooted into the earth. And then let's start here. The hands at the heart. We're going to inhale, hands come down, arms come up. Exhale, arms out to the side, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, bend the knees, coming all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. The hands can come to the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms out. Hands come all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms out, push into the feet all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. All right, so while we are up here, let's do our 6 directions of the spine standing. So we did it on our hands and knees, and we do it a lot seated. But let's go ahead and just do it while we're standing up here. All right. So we'll start with our cat and cow. Again, hip width or wider with the feet. We're going to bend the knees, palms face the top of the thighs, tuck the chin, and exhale. This is our cat. Inhale, we're going to round and turn the palms face forward, looking up. That's our cow. Little gentle back bend. Exhale. This is a forward fold. We're not going very far. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So we have that stability in the feet, the ease in the breath. 1 more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to come into our next 2 directions. That was forward and back. We're going to go side to side. So I usually bring my feet out just a little bit wider on a lateral. And you can have your hand on that hip or down the side. And we'll start with an inhale, bring that arm up. Exhale, bring back. Inhale, left arm or second side. Exhale, bring back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, feel the fingertips to the toes, that long stretch of the body. Exhale, bring back. And then this time we're going to go up and over. Inhale, all the way as far as is comfortable. Exhale, all the way back to your side. Inhale, second side, all the way up and over. Exhale, all the way back to your side. 2 more. Inhale. Just going as far as is comfortable. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more. All the way. Inhale, all the way over. Exhale, all the way back. Last one on the last side. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And let's do our last 2 directions, which is a twist. So I usually go a little bit wider with my feet on this. You don't have to. Find your comfort, your stability with your feet, and then let's go ahead and start. So we'll bring the arms out to the sides. On the inhale, we're going to lift up. On the exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back to center. 1 more time each side. Exhale. And inhale. And then last time. Exhale. And inhale. Release the arms. And then let's come back to a symmetrical spine. So I'm going to bring my feet closer together. You can leave them out wider, wherever you like them. Exhale, palms face the thighs, tuck the chin, rounding down, bend the knees. Inhale, rounding up, opening the palms, looking up. That's our back bend. Exhale, that's our forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold and do each side. All right. Let me check my. So we're going to do side lunges with this first. Okay. So feet are nice and wide. Bring your hands to your hips, and then on the exhale, fold forward, going just as far as is comfortable. If you want blocks, you can bring blocks down in front of you, or a chair if you're not going down that far. And then we're going to go side to side here. So let's inhale first. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend the knee and walk over towards the right. Inhale, come back to center, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend that left knee and walk the hands over towards the left. Inhale, come back. And then the second time we go, we're going to take an extra breath while we stay there. So let's inhale again. Exhale, bend hands over. Stay here for a breath. On your next inhale, come back to center. And let's go to the other side. Exhale, walk it over towards the left. Take a full breath here. And then on the inhale, walk it back to center. Let's go one more time each side, and we'll do 2 breaths this time. So inhale again here in the center. On the exhale, bend that right knee, walk it over. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, walk back to center. And then last time, last side. Exhale, walk it over to the left. 2 breaths. On your next inhale, walk it back to center. And then let's do a half sun salutation here. So we're going to bring the hands up to the knees, bend the knees. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then hands at the heart. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, arms can come out to the side, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands can come to the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a little bit. Inhale, arms can come up by the ears, push in with the feet, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And let's do one more. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms come up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. All right, heel toe feet back together. And then we're going to come back down to our hands and knees. And we're going to do cat, cow, child's pose. So exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat to child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat to child's pose. Inhale, back to cow. Exhale, cow. And then let's pause in our child's pose for a breath or 2, or 3 if you need to. All right, so our next pose, we're going to do a clamshell movement with a straight leg. All right, so we're going to come and lay on our right side. And we're going to have this right leg bent. So it's going to come out and then down. And we have this left leg is kind of hovering above the ground. Yours goes all the way down and touches the floor. And then you can rest your head on that right arm. And then your left arm you can just have on your hip. So we're going to extend away with the heel so the toes point forward. So they're not flat, so they're flexed, not pointed. All right, and we're just going to lift this leg. So on the inhale, lift that left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release, down towards the floor. Inhale, lifting up. A little bit beyond parallel, and then exhale, release it down. Couple more. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Let's see, we got one more here. Okay, so then we're going to bring this leg so it's closer to that right foot. So we're kind of making a triangle if you're looking down with the two legs. So this one is at an angle and this one is from the hip to that other foot. And we're going to do that same movement. So we're going to inhale, lift, exhale, release. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. A couple more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right, bend that knee. Then we're going to roll over onto the other side. So I'm going to see, maybe come this way, that I might be able to see it a little better. How far can we go? Oh, I got to move the microphone. And it fell off. All right, problem. We'll fix it later. Okay, so laying down on that left side, this right knee, the right leg is out straight, and this left leg is bent like that. So kind of at a 90-degree angle. All right, resting the head on that left arm. Right hand can just rest wherever is comfortable. So let's start with a straight leg. So we're going to inhale, lift the leg above horizontal. Exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. And then now let's do that triangle. So we're going to bring that foot forward. So got this angle of that left leg and then the right leg. The feet are kind of close together. All right, let's do this a couple of times here. Inhale and exhale. So we want to extend that heel. We're bringing the leg up above horizontal or parallel. Moving with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. And then we're going to come into a twist next. So we're going to come and roll onto the back. And I just have to fix the microphone here. A moment. Still on, still plugged in. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let me see. To move up a little bit so I have room for my arms. Okay, so arms are out to your sides and knees are together. And let's start with just some small movements here. So if it's comfortable, you can have your feet and knees. If that's not, you can have your feet and knees hip width or more apart. So I'm going to start like this. And I'm just going to go a couple inches each side. Inhale. On the exhale, knees drop over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. So we'll do that gentle movement. Inhale back to center. 2 more times. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale to the right. Inhale center. 1 more time each side. Exhale. And inhale. And then to the right on the exhale. Inhale back to center. Now, we've got 2 options here. You can stay doing that same pose, or if you want to add a little bit more, I'm going to turn my head the opposite way that my knees go, and I'm going to let my knees go a little bit further. But you pay attention to you and see that may be too far today, and just stay with a gentle, simpler, smaller movement. All right, here we go. So inhale here. On the exhale, knees to the left, nose to the right. Inhale, head and knees center. Exhale, switch sides. Nose to the left, knees to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, right, sorry. Nose to the left, knees to the right. Inhale, back to center. Beautiful. All right. So let's do, before we come up and over onto the belly, let's do a couple of apanasanas here. Just to check in, see how everything's feeling. You can do the hands on the front of the legs, exhale down, inhale up, or if you prefer, hands on the knees come in and out. All right, 2 or 3. And then we're going to come over onto the belly. And we're going to do our locust pose. All right, so coming onto the belly. So the locust pose, we're going to do, let's see, do we want to do the full or partial? We're going to do, okay, so we start with everything flat on the floor. Feet are together and your forearms are on the floor. We're going to inhale, lift the chest and both legs. All right. So your forearms are on the floor, kind of like that baby cobra, but we're going to add the legs. So we're going to inhale, lift the torso and the legs, and then legs come out. Exhale, legs come in and down. Again, inhale, legs come out, exhale together and down. Again, inhale, legs come out, exhale together and down. Beautiful. And then let's do that 2 more times, and then we'll come back onto the back. All right, 2 more. Inhale, open the legs, exhale, down. Last time, inhale, exhale, and release. Beautiful. All right, let's roll over onto the back. And we're going to come in and do one-legged happy baby. All right, so hands on the knees, rolling down onto the flat of the back. So keep that left foot on the floor, and we're going to grab this right leg, the ankle, the side of the foot, maybe 2 fingers around that big toe or wherever you can on that leg. All right, so let's roll. Okay, so we're just holding in a breath for this one. Okay, so that knee comes in towards the shoulder or the armpit if that arm's on the outside of that leg. Take 3 breaths here. And then when you finish your 3rd breath, release the right leg down. Left foot comes up into that left hand, outside of the foot, the shin, the ankle, 2 fingers around that big toe. And let's take our 3 breaths on this side. Beautiful. And then on your next exhale, release the left foot down to the floor. And then let's bring the body into a bridge pose. So let's bring the hands down by your sides. Feet are hip width distance apart, approximately. And then we want to bring the heels as close to the buttocks as comfortable. You can get them up in there. And then let's do a couple rounds of our bridge pose. So we're going to inhale, push in with the feet. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, hips come up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, arms come down, hips come down. Inhale, hips up, arms up. Exhale, bring it down. One more. Inhale, hips up, arms up. Exhale, bring it down. So we're going to do this one more time. I'm going to add a breath when we're up there. All right, so here we go. Inhale, arms come up, hips come up. And then on your exhale, release just the hips. Nice and slow, it feels delicious. Inhale again. On the exhale, arms come back down by your sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take one more inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. From here, let's bring the knees up into the chest and finish with one more set of apanasanas. Rolling it out. If you want to, you can add hip circles in. That feels okay. And then just finish with 2 or 3 apanasanas. And then from here, I'm going to recommend, if you have a blanket or a chair, to bring your legs up on the chair for your relaxation pose. So we did all of that work for the sacrum, so we don't want to undo it by having the legs out straight if that's uncomfortable. So if you have a chair that's accessible, you can do this. For your relaxation pose, so I have a blanket under the hips and then the calves up on the chair. If you're comfortable, you can have your legs all the way straight out, or you can have your knees up on a bolster. And then let's do a quick but stable and easeful relaxation pose. So letting go of the breath, letting go of gripping. You don't even have to hold on to the earth. We have gravity. Letting go of thoughts. Letting go of any tension that you're feeling in the body from the top of the head all the way down the toes. Feeling the stability of the earth, the stability of your spine on the earth, the ease of your breath. Let's just take the next few moments and just be. You're welcome to stay in whichever position you are in your relaxation pose. But when you're ready to come back into the room, coming back into awareness, wiggle your toes and fingers, roll your head side to side. If you're up on a chair, coming down slowly with the legs. Move your chair out of the way. If you have something under your knees, slide that out and then roll over onto your right or left side. Let's take a breath or two here. Getting ready for the rest of your day. Pushing in with that upper hand, coming up to a comfortable seated position. And to chase away our gray, rainy skies, let's finish with a big, bold sun breath. So our sun breath number 4. All right, hands at the heart. We're going to inhale, hands sweep down all the way around, fingers touch. Exhale, arms all the way around, hands back to the heart. 3 times. Let's go. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for stopping by Jia Yoga. We will be back again on Friday. Thank you and namaste.